Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. So we're here with the last Tinkerer, and this is Daisy, who's primed in Army Green. This was a very interesting miniature and pretty long to paint, and what we're doing is we're starting off with a little bit of Drake Tooth. This is going to be her face. She had a very pale green face. Everything is like green on this miniature and very interesting. So we're doing next is Combat Fatigues. This is going to be going on the upper part of that beast she's riding, or whatever it is this is that she's on top of. I don't know if she tamed some sort of orc or goblin, or maybe an orc more than anything else. Anyways, this guy is massive and she's riding on top of him. Like I was saying, this miniature was very interesting. A lot of areas to try and get the paint. A lot of greens, a lot of purples you're going to see. Just a lot of details, and I just found it very long to paint this one. At some point you're going to see I'm going to miss some details. I'm going to paint them off camera. Hopefully they'll show back up whenever you'll see them afterwards, but I mean, you'll get the gist of what I'm painting. Every time I show you a new color, I try and show you as much as possible. And if this is too long when I'm speaking through a painting process, like this whole section here of this Combat Fatigues, you can scroll through. I don't mind. I don't mind if you'd watch the whole video. That would greatly increase the rate that YouTube sends my video out there. Next, we're moving on to some Cobalt Skin, and this is for the bottom half of that giant, whatever much you call it you want to do. So mostly just his legs, and that's about it. His feet. And if you cover up some of the other details, it's not a big deal because you're going to come back and paint those later. I want to thank you guys again for all the support in the past couple years. This has been great. The channel has been expanding. I'm hoping you're enjoying these Massive Darkness miniatures. We're going to try and finish Massive Darkness, at least what's from the Kickstarter. From Massive Darkness 2. I'm probably not going to paint on the channel stuff that got an upgrade from Massive Darkness 1. Maybe the heroes, yes, but not the mobs and stuff like that. But if you do want to see that, please comment down below, and maybe what I can do is add those in as once in a while between other painting jobs. I've got Frozen Horror to paint now from Hero Quest. I've got Twisted Fables. I've got Zombicide 2.0 to finish as well. And I got tons of other older games like Bloodborne and so much more. We're using a little bit of necrotic flesh now, just on that weird skull that she's got on the top. I'm thinking this is probably some sort of like relative or like in the same family clan, because the face looked and the hair is almost similar to hers. Next, we're using some fur brown on that weird demonic looking teddy bear that has a skull for a head. This Tinkerer is not your typical Tinkerer in my opinion. Yeah, she's interesting. Alright, moving on to Kraken Skin now. This is going to be for the skulls. They had a very glowy green effect to them. So she's got one on the top of her head. She's got this like little parched skull on her shoulder. And then of course the big skull on the teddy bear. It seems very bright right now, but it'll be darkened down with the wash later on, but it still looks amazing. Like I said, a lot of greens on this miniature. And take your time with this, because there are a lot of details and sometimes you miss some here and there, and you don't want to miss out on any of that cool stuff. And coming back again to the Massive Darkness 1, I actually picked up a Lightbringer pack the other day and grabbed all the ones I was missing out of it, just to complete pretty much all. I'm missing still some, I mean the elephant and all that. Anyways, now we're using some Angel Green on her boots. This is also going to be used for a stripe of her hair. The hair on that weird looking... Okay, so is she a head shrinker? Maybe too? You know, or is that what they're called? Head shrinkers? No, there's a word to that. I'm saying it all wrong, aren't I? Anyway, so her hair, these horns on the side of her head, her boots, like I said, the hair of this skull on top of that staff or whatever. Anyways, you get the gist of it. Moving on to some Oozing Purple. This is a very, very light purple. Beautiful color, by the way, from the Army Painter. We're going to be putting this on her gloves, and she has like a shirt underneath as well, so that her gloves are attached to. So I'm guessing this is all into one, but I believe when I looked at the artwork after, that wasn't a glove on her left side. It was just her skin. So it should have been that same color. I think her hand had the glove on, but not the arm. So it was very hard to see that with the artwork, and I couldn't find anybody like inspirational enough, or I couldn't find any inspirational picture online. to show what she was actually painted like, so I think I'm the first one painting her. Now we're using a little bit of speed paint here, orc skin on her dress, just because I wanted some of that army green to still come through a little bit. I want to see anyways what a speed paint does on like different color primers and stuff. Alien purple. Now this is an extremely bright purple. It's not light, but it's bright, like it pops. And this is going to be for her hair, like her actual hair, not those horns, you know. And also the top part of her hair, she's got like a purple stripe going through it, so we're going to be doing that as well. And I also forgot to do, well, because of the speed paint, it hadn't dried yet. There's these little like vials on her chest that I wanted to make the same purple, because this purple shines too. It's got a very glossy look to it, so putting the wash on it later will really dull it down, which is great because I mean it pops. Orc blood. This is going to be for her other vest that she had underneath her, or sorry, not her vest, but her cape as well. That goes on the front of her as well, so you want to make sure you don't miss that. And this is very, very watered down, so it's okay because you're going to want to put a second layer on it. And orc blood has like a purplish hue to it. It's good for orc blood normally, but this is great for her cape. Again, she's got a lot of purples and greens on this miniature, so just take your time with this, you know. A little splash of Abomination Gorge just on the back of the neck there of that head on her staff. Some alien purple again. That's what I was saying. I'm doing those vials now on her dress there. There's little bottles. Looks like little actual bombs of some sort. Leather brown. Now we're doing the underwear on that ogre, troll, whatever you want to call this thing. Orc. I don't know. It could be an ogre. It could be a troll. I have no idea what she's writing. And there's like tons of straps on this thing. There's like cords and all sorts of things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just like skip through a little bit of that, and you'll be able to see as it goes along. And this is where I miss a lot of the details, actually. Some of the ropes on his feet and all that, I catch them later on though. We're going to be doing the edge of that dress of hers with some goblin green. This is a very light green. It's going to be a nice highlight on top of that orc skin speed paint, and it'll make that part of it pop a little bit. Now, I didn't have any problems with reactivation, folks, because I let it dry a lot. But also, if you just water down this goblin green a bit, it'll pop a little bit of that orc skin on there. I'm also going to do these bottles, but like super gently to make it look like almost like the glass has different coloration in it. I don't like super paint it perfectly. Next we're using is a soft skin wash. This is an actual special skin wash from their skin tones in the Army Painter. And we put this on her face, and we're going to put this on all the skin of that weird looking troll ogre kind of thing here. So it will darken down a bit of that skin, so it's not like popping cobalt. It gives a little brown hint to it. Here's one of the longer parts on this guy, and this is the gunmetal, or on this girl I should say, but on the ogre, or this guy, so this the thing that she's riding. Gunmetal is a little bit darker metallic, and this is going to be going on like all his armor, his blades. He's got some on his face, his arms, his legs. Again, this one I'm going to skip through a lot because there's quite a bit of details here, and it's pretty simple. I mean, whatever looks metallic, you should be painting in metal. We're going to be a little bit of washing here with some purple tone from the Army Painter. We're going to be putting this on everything that's pretty much purple. So her cape, her gloves, her hair, anything that's got some purple, you want to add this purple tone to it. It'll darken it down a little bit. It'll get the nooks and crannies. It'll create a nice shading effect. And it'll also dull down that glossiness, because it's quite glossy, this that alien purple. Next, we're going to use some green tone, and this is pretty much on the rest of the miniature that we haven't touched yet, because this entire miniature on the artwork had like a green hue to it. So even the browns, the armor, the teddy bear, everything has like this green tonish to it. And it doesn't bring it all green. It just gives a nice little highlight in the details. That skull pops a little bit more on the teddy bear. The armor, I mean, even the underwear there, I make it look, it looks more grimy, it looks old. The armor looks amazing with the green on it. The shine still comes through. You don't want to put too much, like you don't want to glob it on there. And it does a great job with that part. We're going to finish off this miniature with a little bit of fluorescent green by War Colors. And this is for the eyes of that thing that she's riding. I still haven't figured out what it is. Anyways, there you have it, folks. Daisy the Tinkerer is painted and ready for the table. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We hit 1,000 before the end of the year. There will be a giveaway. See you soon.